welcome to another Lone Wolfer Garage Moto vlog. The Lone Wolfer here, and I would actually like to talk about the memory that Facebook reminded me of with the On This Day feature. A few years ago, I was living in Las Vegas, as I have mentioned quite a few times in previous vlogs, and this was right before I bought this here motorcycle, Michelle. I had moved to Las Vegas on the pretense of my buddy telling me that I should move there and buy a Harley and ride through the desert with him. I thought this was a splendid idea. The progression of events were not immediate when it came to moving to Vegas and then buying a motorcycle, as I needed to find a job and get a few things in order before I could get the bike. During that time frame, about a month and a half, was the premiere of the second season of Sons of Anarchy. Sons of Anarchy prompts a great deal of emotion in the motorcycling community, from love to hate. I do have to admit, I watched the entire series, and I, for the most part, enjoyed it. Yes, it was at most times ridiculous, oftentimes contrived and extremely operatic, but it was a soap opera focused on motorcycles. That's what it was. My buddy had told me about the show. I had not actually watched the first season, and we had made plans to go over to his cousin's house to watch the first episode of the second season. And because I did not have a vehicle at that time other than a bicycle or my own 2 feet, we decided that we were going to walk the mile over to my buddy's cousin's house to take in the first episode. If we walked the whole thing on the roads, it was about a mile. I think it was just a little bit over that. But if we cut through yards like douchebag teenagers, which we were not, we were both 29 years old, we were just douchebags, it was probably 3/4 of a mile. However, it was also a lot more fun, because we would have to jump over fences and climb over walls separating yards to get to the through streets that we needed to be on. So while we were jumping fences and climbing over walls, my buddy Paul turns to me and he goes, "I feel like a French cat burglar." And I happened to share that quote on Facebook, and that was what I was reminded of with the On This Day feature. And it brought the feels. It churned up the nostalgia for that time. Felt a great deal more innocent right in that time, as I was getting things in order to buy this bike and start on this two-wheel journey. But that's how I came to watch the show Sons of Anarchy. And that first episode of the second season, in my book, was quite fascinating and enjoyable and got me hooked. And I ended up going and getting the first season to watch, and thoroughly enjoyed the nights going over to Paul's cousin Pat's house, watching fucking Sons of Anarchy with my buddies. And just a mere 2 weeks later, I would actually buy this bike and be a biker myself. The start of this ridiculous journey that has me at about 67,600 miles or so, a cross-country trip, multiple adventures into the wilderness of not only New England, but the Southwest, and many points in between. So yeah, the On This Day feature, those memories, man, they can fucking be awesome. They can also be ridiculous and remind you of terrible moments, but they can also turn on the feels. Alright guys, thanks for listening along, and if you enjoyed this vlog, maybe give it a like. And if you have not subscribed, take the moment to hit that subscribe button. Alright, thanks guys, rock on.